Hello everybody, and welcome to my next Let's Play. The year is 1990X. Oh, all of you who have seen this know what game it's going to be. All of you who can read the title of this video know it's going to be Super Metroid. But I remember thinking this intro was pretty badass when I was a kid. There's one twist though, everybody. If you go to a URL, which I've posted in the comments section, smrandomizer.codeplex.com, you can get a Super Metroid randomizer. What it does is takes all of the items in the game, whoops, not quite all of the items in the game, and rearranges them. It's got a lot of logic to make sure that there's no situation that's absolutely insurmountable. So yeah, you just go to smrandomizer.codeplex.com.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace. Download
it, run it. I don't think you even need the ROM. I think it generates it for you, and it applies the logic to make sure that nothing will get too crazy. See Samus in the background recounting the story to Metroid 1. This game does a lot of really good homages to Metroid 1 because you spend a good chunk of time on the same planet. And you visit some of the same places after she destroyed them. Yes, Samus is a woman for those of you unfamiliar. Although the American version of the manual that came with Metroid 1 referred to her as a he. One of my only blog posts ever on GameSpot.com, get Dave to look him up, is on that very subject. Incidentally, Metroid 1 is a game I haven't legitimately beaten. I've only emulator beaten it. It was beyond my capabilities as an 8-year-old. I never owned it, I only rented it, unfortunately. Metroid 2, Return of Samus I owned and beat, though. Well, what could go wrong? Alright. Nice and close to home at that. Space Colony. Thought it was called Ceres Station, but whatever. Space Colony it is. Oh jeez. Alright. It'll be interesting to see how I perform here. I'm pretty good at the game. I would say I'm not a great bomb jumper, but aside from that I got most of the skills down. But I'm playing, as I often do with these Super Nintendo games, with a PlayStation 2 controller with a USB converter attached to it, plugged into my computer. However, I swapped controllers with my wife not that long ago. Oh, there it is! So she could play Kirby. And this one doesn't go left very well, so I'm using the analog. This is Ridley, everybody. He's the worst. Shoots fire, nothing to worry about. You gotta watch the tail, though. If you're in a really big hurry, you can let him kick your butt. And you can get through this, but I've got some pride. I want to win. So far, for the first little bit, the game is going to be completely identical. Oh jeez, nailed me with the tail. You could say he tailed me. Oh boy. Getting nice and aggressive here. Because he knows he's getting his butt kicked. How much more red can he turn? There we go. Die! And if Samus had grabbed it right then, grabbed the Metroid hatchling, everything would have been okay. Unfortunately, Ridley can fly. As a matter of fact, if she'd set the self-destruct earlier, it would have been fine too. Now, I haven't played Metroid Other M, but I believe it goes into Samus's emotional trauma from all of this. Because, you know, it made her out to be such a strong female character after her badass reputation was established. How do you write a woman? I guess make her always talk about her feelings and crap like that? Yeah, that game was notorious for ruining the fairly badass Samus. But in this one, she still didn't, you know, suck. So that's really good. Still just a space badass. Alright, one problem I have noticed with the SM randomizer version of the game... Oh, and PS, if you want to play the same randomized version I am playing, you can see the seed number in the comments section. I'm going to post it there too. So that'll ensure that we have all the items rearranged if that's something you want to try out. Alright. We've landed on Zebes. Zebes. I'm still not really sure how to say it. I usually say Zebes. Oh, pardon me. Zebes. I'm Canadian. Don't know if that was funny or not. Anyway, let me know how that joke went over. So right now we're actually revisiting a part from the original Metroid. At the end of the game, and you even saw it in the prologue sequence actually, Samus is standing right here and kills Mother Brain. And then a time bomb gets set. And she has to escape by jumping up that shaft as the planet's exploding. And is about to completely explode. And we're revisiting now. This is the starting point of Metroid 1. It's quite cool if you catch all the little references. This is where the morphing ball was located in Metroid 1. This is where it is here in Super Metroid and even in the randomized version. I believe I mentioned this briefly. The beginning of the game will be largely the same. Just probably this first video we won't see anything too exciting, because I think the first three major items all have to be the same. The morphing ball has to be there. I believe this has to be a missile, or a super missile. Yeah. And it's a missile in the original as well. And you have to be able to get bombs at the point where you find it, because they kept the level design the same. Because the game has superb level design. There are other ROM hacks out there for this game that change it, try to make it harder or whatever, but the fact is, this has probably got some of the best level design of all time. Super missiles there. Normally you don't get these for a very long time. I should also mention that the randomizer has some logic in it to preserve, you know, to make sure the game's still beatable, but it does not have logic to keep all quantities the same. In the normal game, a fully loaded Samus will have 230 missiles. You find them 5 at a time. 14 energy tanks, 50 super missiles, and 50 power bombs. Those are not constant in this. You can have more than 14 energy tanks, even though the interface can't show it. You are almost certainly going to have more super missiles, which is good because you don't necessarily get the charge beam for a while, and if you're familiar with the boss fights in this game, they can usually only be hurt with missiles or the charge beam, or any charged beam weapon. And if you can't charge up, that basically means you only have your ammunition to use, and once that's gone, you're guaranteed to lose. So the fact that you get, or can have more super missiles is very, very important. Almost got ahead of myself there. It's getting a little funny using the analog controller to control sound, so I wonder if it'll affect my... that! My ability to backflip. Alright. For those of you unfamiliar with the game, if you jump straight, if you're not moving when you take off, you'll just do a standard straight jump, like so. Ooh. There we go. Absolutely nothing wrong with doing that, and you do get a little bit more altitude. If you do a backflip, you get more side-to-side movement, and you can wall kick as well. There's our first map segment. You find a map for each area of the game, except the final one, Turian. Oh jeez. Maps are not complete though. To beat the game, you absolutely have to go to areas that aren't on the map, so exploring remains a pretty big thing. Oh no, there's no point in me going there right now. Alright, that wasn't so bad. I was a little worried the analog would mess up my wall kicks. But better than using the bogus D-pad, I think. Nope. Got super missiles really early. They do about 5 times more damage than a normal missile. Aside from that, they're quite similar. They make the screen shake and stuff. Alright, Bombs, which is a really good music video by Faithless. It was banned by MTV shortly after the Iraq War came out. An example of wall kicking. Alright, now we have super missiles, so first boss in the game we can actually kill pretty quickly, but that's not very sporting, so need ammo. Don't want to fight without missiles. The missile does the damage of, there we go, 10 shots. Blow a hole in his chest. Decapitate him. It might actually just be 5. Alright, we got a little beaten up that way, but... oh, wow! That's easier to do with an analog stick. Well, that's fascinating, everybody. That ties into a very high-level skill move in the game. That just might have become a legitimate possibility for me to use. There's this little trick using a sprint, a hop, skip, and a jump. A sprint, a short jump, and then rolling into the morphing ball. And that might be an option for us now. Come on. Alright. So bombs. They're not particularly strong. I know they sound powerful. They're just a little tiny explosive that's immune to gravity. It just sits wherever you leave it, and can give you a little bit of a hop. So now that we've got them, we're going to do just a really quick bit of backtracking. To get some items that we walked past earlier. Normally, you know, if I were going for speed or whatever, backtracking would be... I would skip some of it. Yay, more super missiles. Did that sound like an enthusiastic yay to you? Huzzah. And Zoidberg! But, I've played through 2 run-throughs of the randomizer just to make sure I could do it, because I was a little concerned that it might require more advanced skills than I possess, because there's a number of advanced techniques I can't do, including some really crazy bomb jumping stuff that's just beyond me. That was not bad. You can toggle, there's an option to toggle suitless Meridia, which is good because I can't really do it. If you're not sure what that means, there's an underwater area of the game called Meridia. And there's an item called the gravity suit that lets you move naturally. Oh yeah. Lets you move naturally underwater. Well, everybody, since we're down here, let's do a little bit of sequence breaking. For those of you familiar with the game... Oh my goodness. I'm getting all sorts of crazy ideas. I could go... No, let's stay down here. I'm gonna try to go backwards through Brinstar first. I could do some bomb jumping over to the right, where I was earlier, to try getting at the item that was in the ceiling, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come back later, because my bomb jumping skills are... I believe we've talked about them enough. We'll be talking about them more as it comes up. On my previous playthroughs... Oh. My previous playthroughs of this, I had... The first one was really enjoyable. I got a lot of firepower early in the game, but I didn't get really any of the mobility items. The grappling beam turned out to be impossible to get. Oh shoot. I think there's one more. Yeah! Woo! They do 80 damage. I have 100 hit points. Alright, I'm gonna have to kill him this way. There, we can almost take another... We can take half a hit from them again. Might as well blow this door open if I ever choose to come back. I like to be thorough that way. Now, I could go straight into Deep Brinstar, but there are a couple items I want to backtrack and get. I just thought I'd take the interesting way into Brinstar. Whoops. Thank you, Analog. More power bombs, always nice. Generally speaking, the really good items, the equipment for Samus, is in the same spot, but they tend to be shifted around. So this could be... Huh. The Varia suit. So I will now be taking... Yay! Now Samus looks cooler. Orange, broader, or like the circular shoulder pads now. And takes half damage and can travel in hot areas, such as near the planet core. I'm going to end the video here. This is an exhilarating development. We'll see where it takes us next time on Let's Play Super Metroid Randomized. With me, Get Dave.